Okay. Alright, we're back, people. So that's the intro jingle. Okay, coming back at you. I had some lunch, drank some water, took a little break, got some sunshine, etc. Now I'm back. So we're going to do another console song. This time we're going to be working with the song Pollyanna. So I'll have that playing in the background while I kind of figure this out. So we have all that business. So turn it down a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go and start a new song. The title is Pollyanna from Mother. And I'm transcribing it. Transcribed by Roberts. And we have started this on the 11th of March 2021. We are going to at least get drums. So we're going to choose the instruments. And we're going to do standard console stuff. So 2 guitars. The electric guitar 1, 2. We're going to have piano. We're gonna do drums, 5-string bass. Okay, so this will just act as our melody. This is gonna be our rhythm guitar, and I like to put drums all the way on the bottom by the bass. Yeah, okay. All right, let's find out what key this is in. D Ionian. So D has 2 sharps. And we can hover and it'll tell you that. Nice. And we're gonna figure out the tempo and all that stuff in a second. Okay. So this view gets kind of hard to see very quickly, so I switch to continuous view. And let's figure out what that tempo is. Now sometimes this program will tell you, it's saying 112. So we'll see. Tempo Finder. So I like to go to this website and all8.com. And we just tap along. So this is where we would tap along. So right there, that's where I feel the music. That's the pulse. Boom, boom. Okay. Now you just hit the keyboard at that time, so I'm gonna call it 113. Just to say F you to the computer program. So go over to the left here. Normally this is all collapsed, so let me collapse everything so that you're looking at what most people would be looking at. Okay, just closing everything. Alright, tempo right there. And the quarter note, which is what we were feeling. And you can drag and drop, or you can just double click and wabam, it's there. You have to double click this and be very careful to make sure that you're replacing the number. And we're going to replace it with 113. Alrighty. So we're pretty much there. We determined that's in the key of C. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to determine where the loop is. And I'm going to figure out the length of the intro and loop. Okay, so here's the intro. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeats that idea. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. New idea. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is the loop. And we go right back to that. Pretty standard for video game music, especially from that time period. So I'm going to chop this off just so that we're not looking at it. Okay, so we got pretty much everything mapped out. I kind of put some different sectional names. I don't know. This is an irregularity here too. We have an extra measure. Okay, so now what? Well, we got that. Let's figure out what the drum intro is. Kind of a funk, kind of hip-hop kind of drum beat to it. That's fun. Let's figure out what the chords are. Ooh, I have a hard time with that. Let's see what the computer says. It's saying G, A minor. Now, it wouldn't be A minor because that's out of key, so... Yeah, the computer I think is right. Oh, there you go, computer. You got your revenge. Alrighty. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm looking at the stream and nothing is going on the stream, so I'm just broadcasting into nowhere. Alrighty. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see what we're doing here. Okay. Oh, eyes are starting to hurt. Let's do good old computer eyeglasses. Now you're going to see the blue light reflecting. Oh, now I seem way more legit. All right. So we're going to just plop in some chords here. So we got G, then A. Boom, boom. One and two, and so the end of two, that's where that G comes in again. Oh, there's a four, and it's gone. So that's kind of a cool little touch. Definitely a rest there. One and two and three. So same idea right there. End of four, back to D. Whole notes, and then I hit the plus sign to tie them together. So the end of four. So this is kind of a common idea, is that they're choking off that last note, that last eighth note. Okay, so that's the intro. Let's get the bass involved. I think that'll really help carry it. So we'll do this traditional guitar chords. We got G. We got the third of G, which is B. We got the, and all I'm doing here is I'm hitting Alt. I'm holding Alt and hitting 3, which means the third. So it makes things real easy. Then we got G again, and I believe I'm like imagining my guitar. So we got B, C, D. Look at that. Professional musician doesn't even know what notes he's playing. Huh. Shocker. Okay, so we got A, the fifth of an A, the octave of an A, and I believe C sharp, and then E. So that's that. I'm just going to copy paste and replicate and highlight all, hit plus, boom, they're all tied. Then we got D, which goes to the fifth, Alt 5, plus an octave, so D, and then the third of that. So I know that my intervals really well. I just don't know all that business. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, do an eighth note though, ding, and then copy that, and we'll bam. Yep, so we highlight all, bang. So the chord is G, A, D, G, G. So the same idea. Oh yeah, I remember saying that a second ago. Same idea here, but like that. And then we got a D. So we're going to throw that D like that. And then copy what we did, which is double dots up there. Go bam. There we go. So we're going to copy those down into the bass area because bass likes to know what chords they're playing as well. So I'll just do this as I go so I don't have to do it later. So speaking of which, I always do this after the fact, but let's add the wood block as our pseudo click track. So we go to percussion unpitched, wood blocks, add, and I put that all the way down to the bottom. And then I just program. And I just hit A for the high pitch, and then B, B, B for the lower pitch. And again, if you ever forget, it's in the bottom corner there. Okay. So for piano, I go real generic. We're going to put that there like that. Bring it up an octave so that it's not stepping on people's toes. And then we're going to replicate what we did here. But instead of doing it in the guitar way, we're going to go like that. And then like this. So I'm just touching and then hitting the note that it is. So A, this is a D. That way I don't have to undo anything. I think all of these could use to come down an octave. And then make sure we're tying everything correctly. I should have done this secondly, but okay, we're just going to stack thirds. So again, same trick. Now you have to go back and do it like that. Now, somebody who actually plays piano would figure out the inversions that are convenient or most likely to play, but I just do this, and then the piano player can figure it out. Alrighty, let's figure out what that melody. Ooh, there's an arpeggio. So I'm hearing do 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 do. So that's going to be the main melody. Do 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 do. So Lydian sound there. Do 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 do. So it's really important to kind of get that into your singing ear. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think those are all eighth notes, but we'll see. Arpeggio, so G, G, B, G, B, D. Yeah. So let's I may not keep these octaves the way that they are, but whatever. So that's carrying over. So this is what makes music kind of interesting is not having everything so predictably on the beat. So D. No, we don't want it tied. I think those are two distinct notes. So that's a fourth lower, but a fifth underneath it. I don't know. It's always the weirdest thing. 8, 7, 6, 5. So that's a fifth underneath, but it's technically a fourth lower. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, A. Maybe. And then it kills with that, so you have a cold cut the whole way through. Let's make sure we got this right. So those are all upbeats. And the way I know it's upbeats is because I feel it like so. So it's on my apex of my eighth note feel. Okay, so it starts off the same idea. Boo doo doo doo. And it matches up perfectly with that syncopation. Pretty neat, huh? I know, music. It all fits. It all fits! And I'm going to put that drum fill in there because I love it. I used to play this as a drummer in a video game band that didn't quite get off the ground. It was called the Mighty Sprites. And yeah, I like that fill. So that's a relic, an artifact from back then. Okay, let's figure out what the drums are doing for the first time. Even after drumming to this, I still don't know. I never learned it, per se. So it's got some funky hi-hat stuff, which I don't normally think about by default. So it's so closed hi-hat is G, and if you ever forget, you can go down here and highlight, or just hover your mouse over it and it'll say closed hi-hat. Then from there you can just hit G, 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 and you know what, that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll move things around. So we got Yeah, that's it. If that click track is annoying, you can hit F10 and that brings up your mixer. And you can mute the wood blocks. I also have the metronome on, so if I turn that off, you won't get any clicks. So that's where it changes. And then what else we got? Let's see where the kick is. So that lines up perfectly with the syncopation. You got doop, doop. That's 1 and 2. So 1 and doop, doop. Boop, boop. Okay, that's where it changes, is the final part. And it lines up with the syncopation. So it goes like that. I really like that triplet feel. So quarter note triplet. Let's see how that sounds. Nope. I think it's this. Boom, 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 boom. No. Doom, boom, boom, boom. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, I'm having a hard time. I can sing it. So it definitely ends on beat 4 with that snare drum. So E for toms, and then I just use the arrow key to move it around. Doom, doom. Yeah. Yeah, okay. What's our time like? So we got the intro. 7 minutes to go for this particular stream already. So maybe we can get kind of the first bit. So this is another one of those songs that I was working on when we had the power outage last night. So I actually mapped out the chord progression. So I have it already right here. I was doing that in the loneliness of the dark. So it's telling me I have a 1 chord, so that would be D. Ooh, okay, maybe I want to throw in that kick at the end there. Yeah, and so that 0 is for rest. And 0, 0. Yeah. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So the bass is pretty prominent here, so I'm gonna latch onto that. Doom, doo doo, doo doo, doo doo, doo doo, doo doo, doo doo, doo doo. Okay, so it's kind of your piano man walking down the chord progression, and I was able to kind of get the idea right there. So it's doom, doom, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 3, da da, da da, da da, da da, da. 1 and 2 and doom. D, C sharp. Ooh, Now the funny thing is I'm not reading this this staff at all. I'm just pressing the note. I'm imagining my guitar, and so sometimes you'll see me look up like that. Even though I have a guitar right here, I'm thinking of what my guitar looks like because I'm trying to name the notes. This happens to be a C sharp, and you can know that by hovering over the note or clicking it. It'll tell you C sharp. Now this is bass clef. As a guitarist, we don't learn bass clef. I remember singing choir, and we learned that all cows eat grass. But even though I don't use sheet music for when I perform, I do use it in the analysis process. And so the whole reason why I'm putting these videos together is to shed some light on that whole process. Anyway, so boom. So I think it kills the note after the backbeat. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. So C sharp, and then see, I was kind of looking to the side. C sharp, B. Okay, now because I have this repeating line, I'm gonna try and use some hotkeys here. So up, if you hover, quarter notes are 5 and eighth notes are 4. So I'm gonna be pressing on the number pad 5 or 4 to switch. So that's what I'm doing over here, is hitting 5 and 4. So with the combination of rhythm and pitch, I should be able to hit this pretty quick. So quarter note, and so quarter note, and this is a B. Now we're gonna switch to eighth note and put 0 for the rest, and we're gonna hit B again. So this is so complicated. And then A, I believe. So we're gonna switch back to quarter note. So A, eighth note. So I hit 4, 0, A. Yep. And then A, G, quarter, eighth notes. And it's annoying because the number doesn't reflect the division. So when I think eighth note, I think of 8, but over here you have to hit number 4. Kind of inconvenient. Where was I? G, and then G flat, or F sharp rather. And then I think an F natural. Oh, we got to make that F natural 0. Oh, let's see what that sounds like. Let's back up to the 5 chords so we get that classical 5-to-1 resolution, which is so typical. And the more you do these kinds of analyses, the more you'll understand it, the more you'll hear it, and the more you'll be able to render it. And I think there's a little extra something, and if not, I'm hearing it in my imagination and I want to preserve it. So let's see. Do-do, 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 do-do. Yeah, I'm imagining it. So let me hear what I'm imagining. That doesn't sound so good. That is a C sharp. No. Guess my hearing is not so good. My imagination is not so good. Okay, so that's the baseline. What's our time check like? Oh, we hit the half-hour mark. So that's it for today's episode on Pollyanna. So I'm going to save it. And I like to save my files with this separate tag with the working on. So I hit dot working on, and you'll see that I was already working on this. Did I just from this? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do some discovery here. I must have just did extra work. Oh. Okay, so not too bad. I didn't do anything with this. So I'm going to replace this file with what I just did here. Oh, thank goodness I didn't do double work. Man, I hate when I do that to myself. Okay, mad scientist style, forget what you're doing. There we go. All right. So let's listen back to what we did today. Yeah. Yeah. Too busy focusing on the bass that I totally forgot the melody. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's it for this episode, and so we will end with the other jingle, which is.